Well, hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Thursday, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. There's a lot of pressure for me to do something different every time. I may have overstepped the mark there, to be honest. Anyway, I'm no physicist, but I don't understand how time works in relation to the Olympics. I get that Rio is in a different time zone to me here. Here, it's coming up to 9 o'clock in the morning. There, it's coming up to 6 o'clock at night, I think. That's what's happening there. That I kind of understand. I kind of have a grip that we're at different places in the world and it's all spinning around. But what I don't understand is how can the Olympics start before it starts? So the opening ceremony, we're still days away, well, a day and a half away from the opening ceremony, and yet it's already started. How do you start something before it starts? That's amazing. I mean, it's women's football. This is perhaps the most important sports event at the Olympics. Have I got that right? Anyway, it's already happening. Those games, they've been played. The results have happened. And yet we haven't opened it. Is it like one of those sneaky previews that they invite the important people to the opening of the shop before it actually opens, or the restaurant? Maybe. It's amazing anyway. I don't know. I don't understand how it works, but it's pretty cool. Yesterday, I was asked, I think Mario from Mexico asked me why New Zealand cared about Trump. I don't know that we care about it so much, but it's car crash TV. We can't tear our gaze away as much as we want to. We can't. And we're not the only ones. I promised that I'd look into it and come up with some more things apart from the Trans-Pacific Partnership and Trump's potential effect on that. Now Francois Hollande, he's in charge of France, he's weighed in and he said that Trump's comments make him want to retch. So that's up there. I mean, most of his comments make me either want to laugh or cry. I can't say that I've ever felt physically ill, but I suppose I've come close. I've certainly laughed and cried so much that I've struggled for breath and become lightheaded. So I can certainly see where Francois is coming from with that. Now, Kevin Roberts. We talked about this as well, I think, from Saatchi and Saatchi. Oh, that's right, because I remember I wasn't sure why it's called Saatchi and Saatchi and not Saatchi and Roberts, or Roberts and Saatchi, or Saatchi and Roberts and Saatchi. Anyway, he's now retired. He's called it quits because he's been outed as a horrible sexist, misogynist pig, apparently. And this is because he never spent enough time thinking about how sexist advertising was. I think that's what it is. He didn't spend enough time thinking about sexism, basically. And I feel that I've got to come out now and say that, because I worked in advertising at a minor level. I was 2IC at the creative department here. Well, not actually here in this building, but in the building that we used to be in, and the company this used to be. And so yeah, I used to write and record voice radio ads. And I don't think I ever spent any time at all thinking about how sexist that was. So, do I now have to retire? That's awesome, because I've always wanted to retire. I must look into that. Finally, if it starts with an F and ends with a K, you know what I'm talking about. Fire trucks. We've got problems in New Zealand with our fire trucks. Apparently, there's a blacklist now of fire trucks that are basically too dangerous to use because they keep falling to bits, or bits keep falling off them. These are manned fire trucks. So no surprise there, because as Kevin Roberts has proved, men are useless. And but apparently things like the door handles are falling off. They accidentally slip out of gear. That sounds like it's going to stop you doing your job properly as a fireman. I mean, I'm no firefighting expert. I'm no truck expert for that matter. But certainly, I feel like being able to get the doors open and shut and to put the truck into gear, those sound like, if not integral to the firefight, certainly on the periphery. So that's an issue, isn't it? I think, mind you, imagine what it's like getting your fire truck serviced. I mean, when you take your car to the mechanic for its service, and suddenly there's all these things that you never even knew that your car had that need fixing. And I just wonder if maybe the fire service just try and scrimp a little bit too much like that. You know, like when your mechanic says, the pollen filter, that needs doing. And you're going, yeah, I think I can put up with a little bit of extra pollen when I drive around. I suppose that is dangerous, isn't it? Because if you don't want to start sneezing while you're driving, because it's impossible to keep your eyes open while you sneeze, so then you're driving around with closed eyes. I can see that, okay, I get the importance of the pollen filter now. But yeah, I'm just saying, when you take the fire truck to the mechanic, and he says, oh, well, I mean, your door handles, they need looking at, and you've got this issue with it slipping out of gear. You know, I think you'd probably still get that done, wouldn't you? I think you would. Anyway, there's a lot that can go wrong with a fire truck, obviously. I am glennzb. It's beyond my understanding, as with the time dilation at the Rio Olympics. As with sexism, these are all things I can't... The real reason I don't spend a lot of time thinking about sexism is because I just try not to spend a lot of time thinking, to be honest. I'm too busy drinking bourbon and melting cheese on things. And that doesn't require thought, and that's why I like those things. I am glennzb. Thank you for having me up your Periscope. I will see you back here again tomorrow. Think about that.